Hi students. So we will discuss about an important subtopic of the Indus Valley Civilization, which is actually termed as the IVC script. So which is termed as the IVC script. So in general, till date, the Indus Valley Civilization script, it is considered as a mystery in Indian history. So to really speaking, the Indus Valley Civilization script, it is still considered as a mystery in our Indian history. Why it is considered as a mystery in Indian history is that though much of the salient features of Indus Valley Civilization have already been excavated and we have understood the nature of the civilization in many aspects, what still lies as a pending project for us is to know about what these IVC people have written. And as you all know, we generally classify our Indian history into three parts based on this concept called as the script. So what is that? So first part of the history we call as prehistory related to the Stone Age. So what is meant by prehistory or the Stone Age? Prehistory, man had produced nothing in writing. So it means there is no script or no writing part present in the prehistoric part, and that period is related to the Stone Age period. So that is related to the Stone Age period. It means in order to understand about the prehistoric man, you cannot have any literary evidences, no writing records, no script or nothing. Just you have to look at the paintings drawn by him in the caves. You have to study the tools and equipments, and then you will understand about his life. Then only you will understand about his life. So that part of Indian history which does not have any written evidence, literary evidence, that part of history, we call it as the prehistory. It means in prehistory, you don't have any script produced by human beings. They just spoke some random language. So mostly nature language. They communicated with each other with sounds and whistles. Whereas the second part of Indian history, we call it as the proto-history. The second part of history, we call it as the proto-history. In proto-history, exactly, the Indus Valley Civilization chapter, we cover it under this heading called as the proto-history. So we cover Indus Valley Civilization in the concept called as proto-history. So proto means what, ma? So proto means first. So in general, the meaning of the proto, it tells that it means anything that is first is called as proto. So anything that is first is called as proto. So you have even example, for example, even in zoology, so you call an organism called as protozoa. That means the first animal. So it is called, the zoa means animal, proto means first. Similarly, here also we are speaking something called as proto-history. Proto means first. Proto means what? Initial, the beginning. So why Indus Valley Civilization, it is classified under proto-history is because the people of IVC, they have produced something called as the script. It means the Indus Valley Civilization wrote something. So they had written something, and that writing part, we call it as the script. We call it as the script. So when written evidence is available about Indus Valley Civilization, but still why we are not able to understand the civilization based on their writing, and we still rely upon archaeological evidences only, is the reason here is that this script, whatever is produced by Indus Valley Civilization, so it does not resemble the modern day script that is known to man. So all the modern day scripts whatever we use today, they are mostly based upon the alphabetical nature. So alphabets, isn't it? So alphabetical mode of script is used by modern man today, but Indus Valley Civilization script, it does not resemble the modern day script what we use. Basically we call it as the alphabetical script. We call it as alphabetical script. So that's the reason that though script is available to us related to Indus Valley Civilization, we, the present day historians or the modern historians, they are not able to still understand what these people they have written. So we have the literary evidence, no doubt it is present with you, but the problem here is that we do not have enough knowledge in this present day generation in order to understand what these people they had written. We don't even have the descendants of Indus Valley Civilization today to talk to them and know what their ancestors had written. So there are no descendants. The civilization became extinct long back itself. So it had perished long back itself. So that is why we are not able to understand what they have written. So in general, whenever any language, any ancient language, when it is to be translated, or it is to be decoded, or it is to be converted into a modern language, any ancient language, if it needs to be converted into modern language, in history we use one specific term which is called as deciphering the script. So we use a specific verb called as decipher. So whenever any ancient language or ancient script is present, which is not there today, and we are doing still research on that. When you try to convert that ancient language or script into modern language, that process, it is called as deciphering. So in Indus Valley Civilization, we say that the script is not yet deciphered. You understand the sentence? The script is not yet deciphered. So the present day historians have not still understood, or they have not decoded what exactly is written in the Indus Valley Civilization script. So only IVC script is not yet deciphered, we write this sentence. So we have included Indus Valley Civilization chapter in proto-history. Proto-history means written records are available. But these written records are not very useful for us in the present times, because we have not yet understood what is present in the script. So even now also, to study about Indus Valley Civilization, we still go behind the archaeological object evidences only. The tools and equipments and other physical things that are related to IVC are still the basis to understand their life. We are not able to understand their life from the written records produced by them. So only we classify IVC under a new heading called as a heading between prehistory and history. So in between, we keep it comfortably under proto-history. So let us see in future, maybe after some years or after a detailed research still goes on, based on the progress of the research, if the future historians and future linguistic experts, if they would be able to understand this language and decipher it, then in future we will be able to understand. But in this class, we will try to understand first of all what are the salient features of the Indus script. So what are the salient features of IVC script? So we will try to understand this part. Salient features of IVC script. Very important topic in ancient India is Indus Valley Civilization. And again, within Indus Valley Civilization, one of the most important subtopics is the script related to the IVC people. So the first important question what you have to understand here is that where do you find the script? So where is the script written? So where is the script found? You can simply frame yourself a question. So first important thing what you have to understand is that where is the script found related to Indus Valley Civilization? The script of Indus Valley Civilization, it is found at different places. For example, the script is found on the pots that were manufactured by the people in those days. The Indus Valley Civilization people, they were experts in pottery. So they had ornamented their pots with various designs. So on the surface of the pot, you will find their script. See, because script in sense in general nowadays in our present day generation, what you feel, where do you write anything? Anything in general we write on a paper or a book. So that is what we use as a medium today to record our writing. But in those days, the books and paper technology was not available. So that's the reason whatever the script had been produced by Indus Valley Civilization people, primarily it is found on some physical objects used by the civilization. That is first category of the objects. It is there on the pots. Next, second important place where you find them is on the tools and equipments used by these people. So even the script is also inscribed upon the tools and equipments used by the people. So the tools and equipments used by Indus Valley Civilization people, they were again classified into two types. One is they have manufactured the bronze tools. So you must all be knowing one fact that Indus Valley Civilization belongs to Bronze Age. Bronze means copper plus tin. Copper 88% and tin 12% mixed together, it produces a better strong alloy. So when compared to pure copper, that alloy we call it as the bronze. Since in India, Indus Valley Civilization people, they have made bronze from copper and tin and made little bit stronger equipments. We classify IVC also under Bronze Age civilization. So the tools and equipments manufactured by IVC people, the bronze tools and also not only bronze tools but also stone tools, both metal and also the stone was simultaneously used. So both on the stone tools and bronze tools that are manufactured by IVC people. So this is the second category of the place where do you find the script. So where you find the script of the IVC. Next, the third important place where we find the Indus Valley Civilization script is we also find it on the seals manufactured. We also find it on the seals manufactured. What do you mean by seals? So what do you mean by seals? So if at all we need to claim greatly that IVC people had done so and so thing to the whole world, their contribution, a remarkable contribution made by IVC people to the whole world, then you have to specifically signify about their concept called as the seals. Seals are nothing but seals are handy objects. Seals are handy objects. That means they will fit into the size of your hand. Mostly square shaped objects. So mostly square shaped objects. Some occasions you will also find circular objects. Both square or rectangular or circular handy objects called as seals, they were manufactured by IVC people. So they were manufactured by IVC people. So these seals primarily they were made up of a soft stone. So that is called as the steatite stone. So this is an important question also in examinations in general. So the Indus Valley Civilization people, they have manufactured seals primarily with which of the following components? Then it is made up of a soft stone called as the steatite stone. It is called as the steatite stone. Apart from steatite, even the seals were also manufactured from the metal called as the bronze. From the metal called as the bronze. Sometimes even terracotta seals were also manufactured. So terracotta seals were also manufactured. So steatite, bronze and terracotta, they were the primary materials that were used to manufacture objects called as the seals. For what purpose did the IVC people use the seals? The IVC people utilized the seals in trade and commerce primarily and for religious beliefs in secondary preference. So the primary preference of manufacturing seals was that because Indus Valley Civilization exported goods to very far distances up to Mesopotamia. So the goods of IVC people went. So at that time to ensure transparency and also protection of the goods, what these people they were doing is that so in the goods in the bags that were carrying the goods that were transported from IVC to other places, at the tip of the carrier they would attach a seal. Probably this seal will contain the details of the sender and the receiver. Like how today whenever you send any parcel to any of your friend or someone, you will write to address and also from address. So the sender and also receiver, both the details are mentioned. So like that, for all the goods that are transported from Indus Valley Civilization to all the other places, the IVC people, they have manufactured seals, and on these seals also you will find the script of IVC. On these seals also you will find the script of IVC. So primarily if you look at where is the script of IVC found, one is on the pots, the surfaces of the pots, second one is on the tools and equipments used by them, and also on the third part on the seals that were manufactured in IVC. In all the three places you will find the script of IVC. Okay, now coming to the nature and character of the IVC script. So what is the script made up of? So we also have to understand the question, what is the IVC script made up of? What is the IVC script made up of? It is made up of. So the IVC script is primarily, it is made up of something called as the symbols. So it is the symbols. Now in modern day languages, we use alphabets as the basis of the script. But the Indus Valley Civilization people, they have used the symbols as their script. Symbols mostly they are extracted from nature's observations, from nature observation. So whatever objects were present in the nature, whatever objects were present in the nature, based on those observations, so the people, they have manufactured the symbols. For example, IVC people, they knew certain birds. So the bird was made as one symbol. So the IVC people had lived with some animals like cattle or wild animals. Even these wild animals and cattle were also, they were made as designs and kept in the script. The IVC people, they lived with the natural flora, that is the plants that are there around them. So even the plants were also taken as designs, animals were taken as designs, birds were taken as designs, even certain geometrical symbols were also taken as designs. So if you look at the symbols that were used by the IVC people, the symbols mostly came from nature observation. So whatever IVC people had the knowledge of the nature objects, looking at them, they have made the symbols. The symbols primarily included the animal life. So it included the animal life. Animal life means we generally call it as the fauna of the nature. So fauna means animal life. And on a secondary basis, the symbols also contained the plant life. So many plants with which IVC people were acquainted with, even plants were also utilized. Even plants were also utilized to make the symbols. So we call it as the flora. The flora and fauna, they became the primary inspiration for IVC people to design their script. On the third preference, they have also used, okay, anyhow in fauna, I will also include birds also. In animal life itself, I am also including even birds. So even birds. The third important preference is the geometrical symbols. So many geometrical symbols, they were also used. Many geometrical symbols were also used. So in order to design the script, in order to design like a square, a rectangle, a straight line, a triangle, a circle, all such kind of geometrical designs also, they became the symbols. They became the symbols. And here in this script, you have to mostly understand one thing. So they will ask you a question, which is the animal that is most popularly depicted in the IVC script? Which of the following animals is frequently, very in large number of seals you find is that there is an animal that is called as the unicorn animal. The unicorn animal is the widely used animal symbol. So by the IVC people, it is used by the IVC people. Unicorn means one-horned animal. It is called as a one-horned animal. Many historians consider this animal as a mythical animal. Mythical means it does not truly exist. It is only some kind of imaginary animal, because in general we don't find a single horned, this body of the unicorn, even it does not resemble a rhinoceros. According to our knowledge, only rhinoceros has a single horn. But the unicorn animal depicted in the IVC seal, its body nature does not match with the rhinoceros. It is like something like a horse. So the unicorn animal that is frequently depicted in IVC seals, it is believed to be a mythical animal. That means an imaginary animal. Second, what is the most depicted bird? The most depicted bird in IVC seals, it is the dove. Dove means nothing but it's the pigeon. The pigeon is the frequently depicted bird in the IVC seals. Then the third question comes in the IVC script. What is the most frequently depicted plant? Most frequently depicted plant, it is the peepal tree. So the peepal tree is the most frequently depicted plant symbol in the IVC script. Next, the fourth one is that which is the most frequently depicted geometrical symbol in the IVC script. Then the answer is the swastik symbol. You must all be knowing swastik symbol. It is also that too an important symbol even in Hindu mythology, also even in Hindu religion. So a great that means a great position is acquired by this symbol called as the swastik symbol. So the unicorn is the most frequently depicted animal. Dove or pigeon is the bird. People tree is the that means the plant, and swastik is the most frequently depicted symbol. So among the various symbols that are used in IVC script, these are the most frequently depicted symbols. Okay, next, after that, in script you have to understand, since the script is made up of symbols, we call the script basically as the pictographic script. So it is called as what? It is called as pictographic script because it is made up of pictures, the symbols, and it is also called as the logosyllabic script. So it means nothing but it is made up of the symbols. The logosyllabic, sorry, it is called as the logosyllabic. The logosyllabic or pictographic is the nature or the name we give to define the Indus Valley Civilization script because it is made up of the symbols. Next, the third important feature what we have to understand is that the script is written in Boustrophédon style. So the script is written in what style? So it is written in Boustrophédon style. So what do you mean by Boustrophédon style? So in Boustrophédon style, what happens is that every sentence in the script, it does not follow a unit direction or a common direction. Rather, every sentence has an altering direction. So the linguistic experts, they have clearly observed that in general, the first line of the Indus Valley script, the first line or the sentence, it generally started from right to left direction. So from right to left direction, right to left. So the first sentence will start from right and then it will go to the left. Whereas the next second sentence, again it will start from left and then go to the right. Again from right it will go to the left. Again from left it will go to the right. So you can understand here that Boustrophédon means a script that has opposite directions for every consecutive line. So the sentences always run in opposite directions to each other. Every two sentences you can find that they run in opposite direction. So that too, one from right to left and one from left to right. Such kind of script, we call this type of script as the Boustrophédon script. So Boustrophédonism is one of the characteristic feature of the Indus Valley Civilization. It is the characteristic feature of the Indus Valley Civilization. And fourth important thing is that the type of the symbols that are used in IVC, they are classified into two types. One type of symbols, we call them as the realistic symbols. And second type of symbols, we call them as the mythical symbols. So second type, we call them as the mythical symbols. So among the various symbols, actually as on date, if you see, according to the latest research, so it is believed that totally the historians as on date, they have identified that approximately there are 400 symbols that are related to IVC script. So the basic symbols of IVC script, they amount to nearly 400. So among these 400 symbols, some symbols are realistic in nature and some are mythical in nature. So what is the difference between the words called as realistic and mythical? Realistic means the animals that actually exist. Truly. For example, if the Indus Valley Civilization people, they have used the symbol of a tiger. Tiger is a real animal. Tiger exists. We all know that, we have seen tigers. For example, they have used an elephant. Yes, elephant exists. They have used the image of a deer. Yes, deer also exists. So for those animals where the animals truly exist in the nature and as it is they are made into symbols, we call such symbols as realistic symbols because those related animals, they truly exist in our surroundings. Whereas the IVC people, they also have created certain mythical symbols also in their script. What is meant by mythical symbol? Mythical symbol means sometimes hybridized form of different animals. In some symbols, you will find that first half of the body belongs to the human being, whereas second half of the body, it belongs to a horse. It belongs to a horse. So can you find any such creature? Only in movies you can find such kind of creatures. And some symbols in one way, the head of the animal belongs to a tiger, the body of the animal belongs to a cow. So body is a cow, but head is a tiger. So do you find any such animal like that? No. So it means, what do you understand by the word mythical symbols? Mythical symbols are those symbols where different animals had been taken and their hybrid forms have been created. They do not truly exist in nature, but they are only imaginary, and so only we classify such symbols called as what? We classify such symbols called as the mythical symbols. So overall, if you look at the Indus Valley Civilization script, the Indus Valley Civilization script, so it had got all these important salient features. And let us see if at all in future, because of the linguistic experts, still they are doing the research, and if they can really decipher, so this word you should not forget. So if they can really decipher this script and understand clearly what IVC people had written, then definitely it will give a very, very, very big understanding, more and more comprehensive understanding about this great civilization that became the basis of all Indian civilizations later. Okay. And I would also like to add one more point here, that Indus Valley Civilization script, the IVC script, it also became an important inspiration for us. It also became an important inspiration for us in democracy of our country. Even in democracy of our country, IVC script has got a great importance. Why? Tell me. So right from beginning, if you look at our general elections of India, the first general elections of India were conducted from 1951 to 1952. So when first general elections were conducted in India, as you all know, for the first time India went with universal adult franchise. India went with what? Universal adult franchise. It means every Indian who is greater than 18 years old, so he got the right to vote in India. But unfortunately, though India had gone with the first general elections with universal adult franchise, the main defect or the main challenge that came in conducting elections of India was that nearly 88% of Indians, so it is between 85 to 88% of Indians, they were illiterates in our country. So they were illiterates in our country. It means these people, so out of every 100 Indians, 85 to 88 people, they did not know how to read and write. So when people are not able to read or something or write something, how would they identify the name of the political party? So while giving their vote, this became a major challenge to the Election Commission of India in the first general elections. At that time, the first CEC, the Chief Election Commissioner of India, Sukumar Sen. So he had brought a new innovative method. So what he did was that he told, let us not give the names in the ballot boxes to the political parties. Rather than, we will give them symbols. So as you all know today, political parties, they have symbols. Every political party takes pride in its own symbol. So in India, we remember political parties more by symbols only. Symbols are understandable to illiterates. Sentences are not understandable, but symbols are understandable. So taking Indus Valley Civilization script as an inspiration, the Election Commission of India also, when it conducted the first general elections in 1951 to 52, we have taken the legacy of Indus Valley Civilization to use symbols for various political parties in order to make the maximum majority of the Indians who were illiterates to understand and identify the political party. So like that, IVC people even contributed in post-independence India for a successful running of democracy in our country, because their symbolic script, that is the script that used symbols, we are still continuing even in present day elections of India. We still use the symbolic form. Political parties of India, they are still remembered by people in the form of symbols. This is how we still remember IVC even in our present times. So they have given us a guidance. So in order to run the democracy of the country, by providing us that we can also make symbols in order to represent something. Okay, done. So these are all the salient features of the Indus Valley Civilization script. Okay, done.